making sure they're able to get out of that lane in a pretty good spot. But yeah, for GG, I think this game is a little bit more clear cut for mine, and I'm interested to see even what build Tofu goes for. You know, is he going to be a tiny bit greedier himself? Is he going to, instead of pursuing that like Solar Crest Tranquils build that he usually goes, maybe it is going to be like a could probably still Tranquils into like a Boots of Bearing, but then beyond that go into a Glipnir for himself or something like that, just to provide that little bit of extra control.
I've seen the consistent kind of thing of the position 4 is always looking for this greedy playstyle. So yeah, we'll see what the call will be from Tofu once again. We saw previously 1W was not a kind of delayed smoke. That's what Gaimin Gladiators did. This time, both sides will go for a later smoke outside the base.
30 seconds to battle.
Tends to be a bit of a trend in recent times, the later smoke. Just be able to potentially catch people out off guard. You know, it's hard to tell, right? Because you need to kind of adapt to what other people are doing and then they adapt to what you're doing. It's just this big merry-go-round, so a lot of the time you just need to do something random and it'll work out.
Just a couple of tips back and forth. I was checking to see if anything had happened, but it's going to be the case. It looks like they'll be a little bit too late for the bounties. Okay, Duracho.
This is what I'm talking about, right? Like, that is level 1, not even level 2. You know, that's the period where they're going to look to try and get a little bit more active on the 1W side. Duracho was able to get the bounty rune, though, so a little bit of a gold bonus going his way. Went the seed money as well. So I think he might already have boots coming up to him. Yeah, he really just wants to make sure that his positioning is always on point in this lane. That's how scared they are of the kill threat coming from this Enigma Marcy combo.
See, Tofu and Respect going at it. We saw previously Respect was able to have a pretty nice time up against the Rubik in regards to harass. Maybe this time might be a little bit more different with the headshot procs from Tofu that is gone early, along with, you know, a lot of stats as well with the sniper.
Again, this is one of those ones where does he go into a bit more of that brawling style to make sure that he doesn't get out-traded by the Enchantress? Because not many heroes can out-trade with an Enchantress. You've got to either like outrange or just out-damage her. She's going to out-sustain you.
Is this a kill lane as well for 1W? Like you were saying, you know, the Razor into the melee, but is this a lane that you feel like they should be too concerned? Because maybe the X can disrupt the Razor running you down and along with the Shrapnel slow as well?
Yeah, no, I don't really think that they should be able to get too many kills up on this top side. They might try onto Ace up here, and they will. Hanging on to him here with the static link, with the grenade. Enough to take him out, though. Not so much. He's got the Admiral's rum onto himself.
Okay, so makes up a lot of damage, has a couple of tangos, but still, with the hard camp pull from Tofu, this is going to keep the wave very close to the tower, so Ace is going to be pretty happy. Let's take a look at how some of the other lanes are shaping up as well at the moment. Mid, Chira Jr. playing with the Primal Beast, this time into Quinn's Wind Ranger. And it looks like Quinn's off to a pretty good start at the moment. We'll see how the Dino looks to fare, though. Definitely a hero that's able to make some easy rotations across the map.
Sure, but I think you've got to be very, very careful because, you know, most of the time it's Quinn that's like the win condition coming through from Gaimin Gladiators, right? It's adjusted a little bit with, like, you know, the Lesh nerfs and all that sort of stuff, but he still very much is. And I don't think you can leave the lane all that much just because he's going to get far too far ahead if you do so. Right now he's already opened up like a, at the end of this creep wave, probably like a 200, maybe even 300 net worth lead from Chira Jr. just 3 minutes in.
Yeah, we see bottom. Duracho's having a really good time as well. 16-3, so dual breath along with the acid spray. A bit of an issue here depending on where the Eidolons are already getting stacks as well inside the jungle. So we'll see how 1W going to be able to contest this. Unfortunately, it doesn't get this third stack onto the medium camp, but
that's how you know he's a carry,
again,
not a support.
Hey, at least he's trying though. I respect it. Celery should be fine. No Eidolons here for Cloud. Duracho's actually going to try and run down Cloud. With the concoction charged up, they're going to be able to drop the acid spray as well. They got the damage just by himself on Duracho. Sweet and Strong was doing a good job to push away Celery. So they didn't have that extra little dispel, so right click to be able to bring down the Enigma. Another round of the concoction though. Sweet and Strong tries to jump in to stop the concoction, but it's not going to matter. Duracho strikes first, and now they're going to turn. Celery can stand his ground with the power of the dual breath. That's level 2, and that will result in a secondary kill. Duracho's just he's just standing in the front of the tower. He's mocking them at the moment.
Sure,
He wants to
why
drag
not?
the wave. Okay, maybe that's what he's doing.
Sure. I mean, they're finding it hard to just walk into the waves a lot of the time, but if there's no wave there, it's a whole lot easier. Tofu's
Top lane.
on this top side. Whoa, nice torrent coming through though, but there's the power of the rotations coming through from Chira Jr. Yeah, I was a little surprised there. I really thought that Sweet and Strong might have been able to get a dispose onto the Alchemist as he was kind of near the tier 1 tower, both enabling Cloud to get away as well as potentially a little bit of damage there. So small misplay coming through, but you know, that's the sort of thing that Gladiators is capable of. Again, that 2 points in the dual breath is just so oppressive against all of these different units, against two heroes that again need to kind of get up amongst it to get a lot of their effectiveness in.
Oh, they really need this rotation to work from Respect, but the creep he took over is stuck inside the camp.
Oh no.
So now it's going to pop out, and Sweet and Strong tries to chase some Couriers, but yeah, exactly right. They're going to see him, and you know the lane that was starting really well for GG, you try and bring a support over to maybe offset this advantage, but it will not work out. So some time wasted. Duracho TP's away, and he's fine.
All that time, like, yeah, Chira Jr. rotated, he got the kill onto Tofu on the top side, but Quinn has no cares in the world right now. He's nearly level 6, he's got 400 more net worth, he's looking to scale quite nicely for himself, and again, it feels like these are heroes that can be at very different areas of the team fight, and if you consider like how Marcy does her damage, how Razor does his damage, how Primal does his damage, like, it puts so much pressure onto Cloud able to get
they're all coming. Okay, top lane, Duracho and Celery are going to come through the portal, and maybe they'd expect one person to come through, but not a second, as well as Duracho. And now they're going to turn to Respect. Sweet and Strong unable to really do too much, and Gaimin Gladiators on a roll now. Can start to get pretty scary. All of a sudden, net worth lead up to 3,000.
This is what I was talking about in terms of like effectiveness of this draft. It just feels like they cover a lot of the weaknesses that the 1W draft has. It feels like they're not unkillable, but it's going to be very, very hard to like divide and conquer here, especially considering the style of Kushi is willing to commit again here onto Ace, and what a torrent, being able to just stop him in his tracks.
The kind of bonus movement speed from that new innate with the Admiral's Rum, along with the phase boots, we saw he was able to get out of range of the static link as well with the help of the torrent. So I'm going to think about maybe poking Munkushi down. Respect will move over. Enough of a deterrent to push them away. They've got a rotation out of Chira Jr. with a haste rune as well, so it looks like it's unnecessary to get the kill onto Tofu, but he might even think about Ace, but not be the case, so he'll charge on forward, take out his anger on a courier.
Sure, why not? They'll be able to get at least this 7-minute wisdom rune for Ace, so getting him closer to that ghost ship. Again, if they're looking to commit very heavily, now you've got ghost ship plus ice path plus torrent. That's even without like concoction being considered as well. So it's a lot of stuff that you're going to have to avoid on 1W to be able to make it work. I'm just not so sure that they've got the draft to be able to do that. A lot of their heroes are very committal. Get a first smoke of the game as well. Quinn and Tofu coming up top together, really looking to try and open up this map a little bit, especially trying to join the lane right as that level 6 comes up as well from Ace. And they want to get Munkushi, but good movement there by the Razor. Just gets out underneath this tower just in time. That time it was actually 1W getting the better read of the situation. So already just from one game against Gaimin Gladiators, 1W have already like adapted themselves.
I don't know, because I was looking up top, I did see on camera though that the Primal Beast rotated down bottom, and I think he took the stack away. Hold that thought, Munkushi. He dived in the tower. Power shot just going to be off the mark, and now we'll actually charge on forward with the help of Chira Jr. There's even a black hole as well as Cloud rotated in. That was before the win run though, so they're going to be relying on some body blocks. Respect gets a couple out with only 1 point in the win run. Quinn unable to escape. Sweden Strong junks over the top into the combination of the pulverize. They're going to have the damage to be able to bring down Quinn. Can they get anything more though? Celery, finishing blow onto the Marcy, and looks like that's all they're able to get though. So nice combination of spells and heroes together on one double. They need everyone though to bring down those two heroes, and they will do so successfully though.
Yeah, the important thing of course is just protecting the fish. You want to make sure that when this happens, go in, he's going to hit his timings a whole lot sooner. You can't ends up dying to the acid spray. You can't be second guessing yourself. You need to have a ton of that net worth. You need to have your own BKB so that you're not worried about being held in place. It's static link, run at the Alchemist.
See if they can strike back here though from GG. Smoke again.
Dire's top tower is under
Quinn's going to be
attack.
leading the charge with the double support. Celery does have the Macropyre online. Looking to try and combine with Ace, but 1W have been able to dodge this back over towards their triangle, which they are posturing on top of the stairs, and Sweden Strong will run straight into them, give them the vision that they need, and looks like they
It's
should
nighttime,
be
though.
okay.
They didn't reveal anything.
Okay, jumps to the low ground. Sweden Strong. He's got Tiro Jr. along with Respect here. So the Rain Ranger's going to run straight into the members on 1W, but Quinn, he doesn't care. They don't have enough to deal with the mid laner, and now Sweden Strong, he's going to be caught out in the tree line as well, so another bit of a messy engagement. I thought it maybe would have favored 1W with the Primal Beast and Enchantress together, running to the high ground of the Wind Ranger, but not to be with them lacking the damage. Now, Quinn has a DD as well.
They did see the Observer Ward placed down just because of that sentry quickly dropped by Sweden Strong, but it's still another kill that just goes their way. Another couple of kills, actually, that goes their way. They're probably going to be able to transition into something else, although really not wanting to give up too much of their map here on 1W. They're going to try and protect that tower as much as possible. They're still holding on to all of them right now, realizing that, if it does get to that late game, you would probably take the Enchantress and Marcy combination versus the Jakiro Sniper. So, just getting them into the stage where they're very scary, getting the Razor as much of this map that is able to be farmed as possible.
And that map is starting to shrink from Munkushi, especially with the rotation through the portal.
Dire are scanning.
Nice scan though, really good read. Munkushi's going to be able to avoid the gank, and it could have been a very big pick-off for Gaimin Gladiators, because we see him in the involvement so far up the Racho, 4-0-1. That kill may have continued to put Munkushi further down in regard to the net worth, but he's able to avoid that. Does look like tower's probably going to slowly go down unless there will be a response from 1W.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Do like the fact that Quinn's gone for the Whirlwind for his facet as well. You're going up against a bunch of Eidolons, you're building into a Maelstrom anyway, you're going up against that Enchantress, so it's actual ways to be able to deal with like a bit of a zoo that they've got coming at you.
Has fallen.
Couple supports pop out of the tree line pretty shortly. Respect. Giving them some of that vision they need. There's his Celery. And they're going to make the jump. It's off the mark from Sweden Strong. A little bit uncharacteristic, especially from his Marcy, one of his better heroes, but he's going to be able to avoid the jump. And now with the fight over the power rune, we'll go with the Primal Beast way. This is a tanky hero. Maybe he's not so tanky. Okay, never mind. Everything dropped. He's gone. And now Sweden Strong's going to die to the Assassinate as well, as Quinn's not done. Rookfire was still running for a little bit as Ace is trying to get in range for the X marks, and he will find it. Another drag back, and look at the Racho here for the cleanup and to get involved in the tower. And Primal Beast thought was going to be a little bit tankier, not to be. And now GG, a lot of map control going their way.
A lot of map control going their way, and I really feel like 1W thought that they would be a bit more on the front foot this game. Just the Boots of Bearing, first item choice from the Enigma, really trying to enable both the Primal and the Marcy and well, honestly the whole team to be able to dish out their damage. But right now, they're just melting. They don't have any of those defensive auras that they're looking to try and play around. You've got to say Ace doesn't have it yet either, but I think he's got a Blade Mail coming out to him very shortly. So again, that's another one of these ways where he can't be the one that gets static linked anymore. He's going to end up taking out your own life if you're Munkushi.
Is it too late to slow down this Alchemist, Denno? Because I'm seeing Duracho's net worth, and I don't know if it's going to stop anytime soon.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure it is either. It feels like he's just kind of in his groove right now on the Alchemist. And I mean, does he have a bunch of stacks for himself? Absolutely he does. It's celery and tofu that he's looking to try and play around. So this is only going to go from bad to worse from 1W. Just using the concoction for a little bit of that extra damage once it pops on itself.
Max efficiency for Durachi, a big reason why he's top net worth. And we see they are eyeing up Chiro Jr. once again. The Ice Path Macropire with Quinn was enough previously. This time they're going to be a little bit off the mark here with the Ice Path. So Chiro Jr. is going to be fine. Another fight for the power room, but of course, always see Gaimin Gladiators bring the numbers, and they will get lucky again. It's only a regen. Quinn will still be happy with that, closing in on the Maelstrom.
Maybe giving Duraccio a wisdom rune as well. They're just saying, it's your lucky day. Christmas has come early, my man. Everything goes to you. Stacks, lanes, wisdom runes, whatever you want. He is paying them back tenfold. 4-0-2 right now. Nearly finished.
They step too far forward. Let's see if they're going to be able to bring him down. I mean, Sweet and Strong runs towards the back to try and make it a bit of an issue for the support to protect him, but with the Assassinate, they'll deal with Munkushi. Now is there going to be a lack of damage? Ace tries to step out of range. Meanwhile, Quinn, there is a threat of the Black Hole. Cloud continuing to cancel it. Not going to be able to get it off, and Quinn steps over. They do have another round of the Onslaught up in a couple of seconds. Quinn won't be chased down, though, with Celery positioning Ice Path to protect him. But looks like they're going to go for the easier target instead, as the Chikiro puts himself on a silver platter. And 1W will be happy with that.
It will indeed, and it was one of those cases for Munkushi, though, that he ended up static linking the Blade Mail Conquer. Yeah, it was a little deep.
They punish? No, it didn't, but did he get over the cliff? Oh my god. He didn't make it. Oh my god.
I wonder if Quinn's going to like go through the Twin Gate to try and help him out, or if he feels confident enough with that Chemical Rage popped to be able to get away with his life. Looks like he will be. But yeah, Munkushi ended up just killing himself with the static link there onto the Blade Mail Conquer. Probably would have lived even through the Assassinate if he didn't end up doing that.
Aggressive posturing from Raiden in the mid lane is going to result in a kill onto Respect. They were smoking down to bottom to get Duracho, but now they're going to turn to mid. We saw this previously in last game where Respect was able to stay alive long enough, and it's going to be the case once again as Cloud is ready with the Blink Black Hole. They've got to be cautious if they can group up, and Gaimin are doing a pretty good job to split away. Tofu will go down to stop, but still with the damage, it's lacking. Finally, Cloud, he sees an opportunity for the Black Hole to clip onto 2, and the control is everything they need. It's going to enable Munkushi to get the damage, but it's just kills onto 2 supports. They don't get some valuable kills. Duracho is fine. He's got Chemical Rage. There's going to be a turnaround. Drag back onto Chiro Jr. Duracho, another round of the concoction's going to come out in a couple of seconds. He'll try and lock onto the Primal Beast. A nice toss away from Sweet and Strong, but it's not going to matter. Duracho will find one. A snipe just missed onto Sweet and Strong, so he's going to be able to stay alive, but Concoction, it's up in a couple of seconds. Respect, he will not be someone with the same fate as the rest of his team. As Gaimin Gladiators, when you have a difficult time at being able to kill Respect, maybe that was enough to set up for the Black Hole, but we just see the damage again is lacking from them.
It's lacking, and you just saw the Delta split happening as well in the middle of that team fight, right? Gaimin Gladiators, after the Black Hole was used, it was a pretty decent one, right? Catching onto 2. I was thinking he might look to try and prioritize Quinn a little bit more, but I'm just feeling like they just needed to wait for the Shackle shot to be on cooldown and then go in on everyone else. But yeah, like, all of the damage is centered in around like this one tiny area, and if they all split apart, that damage goes away. You just saw how unkillable the rest of GG were once, you know, that
this is too messy on Tofu. You probably will get the kill, but it's now closer towards the T2 tower, and yet Chiro Jr. drag back with the X. Duracho, an Alchemist who is going to be 6-0-4. I mean, the involvement we are seeing out of him is incredible so far in this game.
Already got the Blink Dagger as well before the 18-minute mark. It's coming a bit of a procession here, Ares, and what is next for him, really? I'm not sure if there even is value out of the BKB, just because you are going up against the Black Hole, you're going up against the Pulverize, you're going up against the Static Link. It feels pretty good against a lot of that other stuff, so what do you even go? Is this a AC kind of game? Maybe. It's just going to be good anyway.
I could go the AC though after the BKB. Go the safer route at the moment. 9,000 net worth lead. I'm gonna look to go once again.
It really does feel like these cores are pretty much unkillable though, doesn't it?
Oh
That
man.
blink.
This time they found Munkushi. And Munkushi, when this is a carry razor, goes down with ease. They're already looking for more. Respect's gonna be able to hold them back, but the righteous alchemist
He wants
knows
more.
no fear.
And not even opting to hit that tier 2 tower. He wants to farm, he wants to find people. And across the map is Chira Jr. just trying to farm as many waves as he can, try and cut them, force GG back as quickly as he can. Will Duraccio revealed on the lane, yep. So they end up getting a kill, but they're still getting a decent amount of map control taken away on one win.
Dice are scattered.
So let's scan at least. They will have a bit of a read that someone's on the high ground. Chira Jr. does try and snipe the wave, and they already hear him response. Ace taping down to the outpost. The dino is being a little bit of a nuisance, but finally he'll be cut down. See what else they want to try and do on the map now. The waves are in an okay position.
It's the kind of thing that you have to do at this stage, right? Like, you're not going to come back playing normal Dota. You got to try and risk it for the biscuit. You got to go cut some waves. Maybe not have it be Chira Jr. be the one that does that. You know, Respect running to Enchantress, who do a little bit of lane cutting himself. You saw how long it takes for him to be able to...
Uh-oh, they're ready. He'll be fine, but maybe not afterwards. Duraccio finds the stun up to 2. And again, Munkushi's going to be the initial target. They've got the slow thanks to the corrosive weaponry. That helps Celery get into place to land the ice path. And yeah, Duraccio, this is an incredible start to him in regards to the road to the international. And honestly, everyone else as well on Gaimin Gladiators. But I mean, the carry for GG is looking really goddamn good.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
It's that versatility. That's what we keep talking about, right? Gaimin have a very set way of playing, but I wouldn't say they've thrown it out the window, but they're putting a lot of teams on notice, saying, you know what, Duraccio, we rate him. There's a reason we've stuck with him through all the flames, through all the stuff. I mean, they've won countless tournaments, right, with this man, and I mean, he's showing them why he's one of the best carries in the world. And just taking enemy wisdom runes as well. Level 18, 21 minutes in.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's a beast. Everyone else is keeping up with him as well. Quinn, run to Chira Jr. We'll have to activate the BKB to try and mitigate some of the damage out of the blade mail.
Are scanning.
Chira Jr. not going to be able to escape. You see Quinn making sure he holds onto the shackle to stop the charge away. We'll use it now with the rest of the team coming nearby. And over to the right side, Munkushi. Again, it's Duraccio and Celery in combination together. They're going to be able to run into the Razor. It's a godlike streak for Duraccio. Is he going to stop?
Why? Who's going to stop him? The damage is all gone. They're dead for another 25
Oh,
seconds.
man. Oh, man.
There is no reason for this man to stop. He could just set up shop inside of the 1W base. They do have a glyph available still, but that would be their last glyph. Wouldn't enable them to protect their high ground if they did pop it. So probably going to hold on to it for now. Hope for a fight to eventuate around that high ground push. GG though. At any point they could just go down bottom, go for Roshan. I could certainly see them giving that one over to Quinn just to enable him to also be a menace. And this is kind of what I was talking about with the committal heroes, right? It feels like you need to put yourself at so much risk to get any sort of farm or to participate in any sort of team fights on 1W, whereas not really the case on Gaimin Gladiators, right? Jakiro backline, Sniper backline. Conker can get in amongst it, but he can do a ton from the backline as well. Same sort of thing with Quinn. It's really only Duraccio who is just a giga farm that is putting himself in any sort of danger.
Yep. He's put himself in the perfect position, so. And again, down bottom, Duraccio's going to jump. Cloud's going to be there instant to respond with the black hole, but if they got the damage though, with the chemical rage used, BKB is going to be activated afterwards, and Thrasher's fine. He can shrug it off. Quinn maybe not so much. Mukushi finally is able to showcase what the Razor can output. But now with the response of the rest of the team, they're going to be there to make amends of Quinn's death. And like you said, with Duracho still alive, they're going to be able to catch up to Respect as he was trying to escape inside the lane.
Just snipe him, Tofu. You know you want to, but they're not even going to need it. Just that damage coming through from the rest of the boys, able to do it. And now they know that there's no black hole. Now they know there's no real danger of going up onto that high ground, right? They've still got the glyph, but they're looking to try and push in multiple waves at once. If they end up popping the glyph here, you can just rotate down bottom. You're still going to have a creep wave to be able to play around with. You could even just stick here too, but they've got the outpost taken as well, so just 10 seconds away from Quinn being able to TP in and join the rest of the boys. This is the game of Gladiators that I expected to see. Game one, first 20 or so minutes, was a bit of an aberration, a bit of an exception coming through. But you know, this from start to finish, from the draft to the play style, this is what I was hoping to see.
They're gonna try. Chemical Rage about to expire with the BKB on cooldown as well. Mukushi's starting to steal a lot of damage and need a way to stop Duracho from escaping. The boat's gonna come crashing down, and now with the run buff, Duracho, he's fine. They do not have the damage, and now soon they're not gonna have the numbers as well. Mukushi caught outside the base. Duracho jumping back in. There's nothing he needs to fear. He felt pretty low. Maybe they were just baiting the charge out from Chiro Jr. He holds the BKB to the last second. He's gonna be fine. The run buff keeps him alive. Now down goes the Dino as well. 0 casualties for Gaimin Gladiators, and they can walk back up the high ground for the melee barracks.
Not just the melee barracks, probably a second lane worth as well. Making sure to take that range racks first, not wanting to give them the refresh of the glyph until the very last moment. We've even got siege creeps coming out now as well with the 25-minute mark coming through. Although they will be a little bit more careful, I would imagine, with the black hole coming up in another 30 or so seconds, with Alchemist having pushed back for quite some time. Just keeping an exact counter on that black hole cooldown, right? Commit for another 20 seconds, why not?
It's not a bad rune for Tofu. Just even under a quarter health and mana and gets a regen. It's going to be able to connect with the team again. There will be no fight to be had. Looks like they're going to completely sack its bottom side of the map. And they're actually starting to... Did they see him? They saw him. Chiro Jr. Oh, okay. So charges over the map and might be forced to use the BKB, but he's able to duck into the trees. Very close to the Dino going down.
Tofu nearly sniped Cloud's pipe as well. It had the Ring of Tarask on it. But thankfully, he was playing with a Marcy, so all Korea's having that 1 extra health. Ended up saving it for now. But again, it just feels like you probably needed the pipe that little bit sooner, right? You needed to be able to withstand against this damage coming out, this ranged, non-committal damage from Gaimin Gladiators, so that Munkushi could get into his BKB, which he is still 500 gold away from.
Roger just knows, dude. He just knows wherever you are.
Mm-hmm. He'll be watching you. Risky farming is his game. Like, he knows exactly where people are looking to go, exactly how far people want to try and push it.
That was the MO, honestly, for Duracho for a while, right? There was a lot of planning Duracho moments, but he was just playing them to such a fine line where he was making space for everyone else. Sometimes a bit too fine. Like you said, he knows. He has an incredible read on where people are positioning, and we've seen that really be the case so far this game. I mean, this has been a masterclass performance on the Alchemist. 11, 0, and 11. Well, he's only died once, right? He had that one death in game 1, so the DK now in combination with the Elk game, this is a really incredible showing from him. Very impressed.
He really is the modern day Eternal Envy, isn't he? Like, the 50-50 coming through is kind of the way that Duracho was playing, but he's playing like a god this series. Just waiting for anyone to show themselves and start charging up that concoction. Never mind, just goes and starts blasted into that tier 3 tower. No glyph available for 1W. They have to make a move right now, and they still don't have the BKB for Razor. He's going to need to sell his wand or something just so they can fight into this.
They got to go soon.
They do.
Buildings are falling. They'll try and jump the front along with the backline, trading some chaos to set up for a big black hole. Cloud is trying to find the opening. But Quinn, he's able to finally run into the Unique Monster, but the attack cancelling the Blink Cloud, just has to use the Black Hole, but it's just not good enough. He needed a multi-man ultimate to somehow bring them back into this game. Munkushi is only stolen 50 damage as well, so it's not enough for them to turn the tide. Duracho can soon jump back to the middle. It might not even be required. They are just crumbling. The net worth lead, it's too much for them. G's are going to be dropped, and Gaimin Gladiators will start their run to the road to the International with a 2-0 victory over 1W.
Well-deserved 1W, not able to get the 1W at the end of the day, and yeah, what a performance, what a clinic put on by these boys. And a couple of home country heroes, you got to consider CY as well in all of that, but you know, certainly it was one of the performances that we've seen so far.